What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fright Tube. It never gets old to me, man. Never.
Body bags where horror lies.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Body Bags. I am your host, Moodz616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yes, week 300 is here. Wow, all these years later, and Body Bags is still going on. Yes, I am Moodz616. I am 1/7 of the original cast of Body Bags, co-creator of Body Bags. Yes, I do still rock my shirt from time to time. I haven't done a review on Body Bags since week 143, which was my 150th review on Body Bags. Never missed a week. Really enjoyed my time while Body Bags lasted and stuff for the original host. But you know, it was that time, I had to move on. But I am so glad that James came up with this awesome idea about bringing back some of the original hosts, the OGs, to do this theme week, which is OG week. It has a double meaning. OG host doing an OG film next week. The current hosts are going to be reviewing the remake of these original films. Now that is a really interesting concept. I thought that was really cool, so had to jump on board and do a Sunday review, which I used to be the original Sunday host also. So this is kind of fitting that I'm on Sunday again. But yeah. So the film in question here is from 1932, and it is called The Old Dark House. Of course, directed by James Whale, who is probably mostly known for directing Frankenstein, also Bride of Frankenstein, things like that. The Invisible Man, and of course this film right here. It's unfortunate that he didn't direct more horror films because, in my opinion, and I think those are the only 4 that he directed, are all classics. So it's a pretty good small track record, but yeah, getting into the premises of The Old Dark House. It's basically about this trio that is kind of traveling through the countryside of Wales, and they get caught in a really nasty rainstorm where they eventually seek refuge inside the Old Dark House, because they can't go anywhere because the roads are washed out. They're all trapped in there and stuff. And of course, they meet the Femme family, who is a very peculiar family. They obviously have secrets to hide. They have a mute butler who's played by Boris Karloff, who's kind of very creepy looking and things like that. And something's up and something's not right, but all they got to do basically is kind of survive the night until the storm passes so they can move along. But until then, yeah. So that is the premise of the film. Now, The Old Dark House is a product of its time. It's very original. In fact, it's so original that this is the movie that kind of started the whole, kind of one setting, dark house, very atmospheric, kind of ghostly, those type of films that were very popular in the 40s. Of course, this one came out in 1932, but everything about this movie is insanely original. It's got even a little bit of red herrings going on and stuff, which is kind of interesting, but it's the characters. It's right from Boris Karloff's character of Morgan, who's very creepy. He's obviously got to be part of it and stuff like that. But it's got interesting characters. It's got amazing atmosphere. This movie has got awesome cinematography for being shot, obviously, on a soundstage. They did a really good job with this house. There's some really good editing, really good shots. Cinematography, again, is just fantastic. There's a great scene where they're sitting around this fire talking, and all of a sudden there's a shot from inside the fire, and that's pretty interesting cinematography for 1932. Things like that. It is very dialogue heavy. There's a lot of characters involved. After this trio kind of seeks refuge inside this house, another batch of people end up seeking refuge there for the same reasons. Of course, the road was all washed out and stuff. So we got more character, not really a little bit of development stuff, but relationships kind of change around and stuff. And it really kind of gets going about the 50-minute mark, running 72 minutes. So, you know, the horror elements of the film are mostly in the third act kind of thing, but the whole ride there is really cool, man. It's got some interesting dialogue, and some of the dialogue is amazing too, because it's so much of the times. Just some of the words that they use, like they say words like, you know, we are weekending. Weekending, who uses that, man? That's definitely from the 30s kind of thing. So I really enjoy that, man. But it's amazing how awesome this film really does look for its time. It was shot on high quality film. The transfer that Eureka did on this is just fantastic. It's really, really good stuff. Sound design's really good too. It's an interesting film. It's got a history to it. Because when William Castle directed the remake in 1962 or 3, in the early 60s, for some odd reason, this movie kind of got pulled from almost extinction, really. It kind of fell into obscurity a little bit and almost thought to be lost, to the point where it had rights issues. So when the remake came out, it had rights issues, and then it just kind of fell off the face of the planet, and finally resurfaced in the 90s when, I think about 94, 95, somewhere in there, it finally appeared back on TV. And again, you know, it thought to be lost and stuff. And this is actually about the time when I first seen it, was in the mid-90s to later 90s and stuff, and fell in love with the movie. It's really fantastic stuff. If you've never seen The Old Dark House, man, you got to check this out. There's been so many movies that have spoofed this in the past. You know, it's a true originator, you know, like most films from the early 30s probably should be original, because it was the start of, you know, the sound era of film and stuff. But yeah, The Old Dark House, man, absolutely love this movie. I'm coming in at a strong 9 out of 10. I think it's a bona fide classic. I think it runs the perfect length. I just wish it wasn't so much dialogue heavy in the first 50 minutes. That's always my biggest gripe with this film. And yeah, but otherwise, it's a very interesting film. It looks fantastic, sounds fantastic, and you got to check out this Eureka, you know, release of it. It's fantastic. Right from that slipcover, of course, it does have the original artwork and stuff. It's got so many special features, if you can possibly, if that'll focus in on that and stuff. But great release from Eureka for an awesome film that was thought to be lost at one time and then finally made its way back. But yeah, The Old Dark House, what else can I say? That is going to do it for the review. I would usually say I'll check you guys next week in week 301, but I'm no longer a cast member of Body Bags, so yes. Yeah, I want to say, you know, thanks to James for having me come back on my old channel. You know, I mean, I really enjoyed the time that I did here and stuff, and I hope you guys are enjoying the new hosts and things. And until maybe week 600 or 500 or another time in the distant future, maybe I'll be back on. Who really knows, man? Who knows with these things? So, but anyways, guys, that is going to do it for OG week. Hope you guys enjoyed all the week. Big ups to all the other hosts. We had Derek, Dubby. Who else was on this week? JP, Danny, Laura, and who am I missing? Matt, I think was the other one. Yeah, so all good buddies of mine. All still stay in touch. So, yeah, what can I say? One big happy family. But that is going to do it, guys. I'm just rambling on here. And, yeah, deuces.